Hey y'all, so I know it's kind of dark in here, but I wanted to talk to y'all about something. So I just had a meltdown, and I am autistic, and I know a lot of y'all that watch me have autistic kids, or maybe you're autistic yourself, and you have questions about meltdown. So it kind of just ended, and I started thinking that I could write down stuff to like let y'all know about, so you can know what it's like from a horse's mouth, so to speak. All right, so I got some questions. So number one, what did it look like? What does a meltdown look like? I, for one, don't let people see my meltdowns, but if you're a fly on the wall while I'm melting down, you might see me crying. I might scream or just randomly be aggravated. It might also look like I'm having a panic attack, because sometimes, I can't breathe, but I'm gonna get to that later. It might look like I'm just super emotional. Anything could bother me. It looks like that. Now, it looks different for everybody. A meltdown for Stacy looks more kind of aggressive, I guess. He tends to break things when he's in a meltdown. And, he also has a punching bag that he hits, when he's having a meltdown. So it could vary with the person. But for me, those what mine look like. Mostly crying. You can see right now my eyes, my face all puffy. I'm mostly crying. All right, number two, how does it feel? Okay, so for me, from my point of view, I guess I could talk about why it happened. I actually don't even know. I was just sitting here, minding my business, doing my homework, and then that's when it came on. First, it started with just a little tear. I didn't even know. And then I got aggravated because I was crying because now my face is wet. Okay, so now I'm overstimulated by my face being wet. And then heart racing, I guess, is the only way I can describe it. Heart racing. And now I can't focus on my homework. Now everything around me is too loud, too bright. I had my curtains open, letting the sun in. I had to close that. I had the TV going. I had to turn that off. I had music. I had to turn that off too. But I don't even know what brought it along. Like, some stuff happened today, but it wasn't nothing I can't handle. Like, I had a mentor meeting for the new job. I got a job, BT Dubs. I did that 2 hours during my mentor meeting. Stacy, being himself, he had a moment downstairs while I was in my meeting. He had a moment, and I just texted Heaven and basically told her, hey, look, if he's having a meltdown, just ignore him. I'll deal with him when I go on my break or whatever. And she did that, and he had his moment, and then he went about his business. And then I went about my business. We all went out about our business, is my point. Okay, so that happened. But after that, I just started doing my work. Heaven came in, talked to me for a little bit. I interacted with my puppy for a little bit. And then I just started doing my homework, and it just happened. So I don't know if it's a combination of those or what. That's all I know, is it just happened. Okay, but that's how it felt. Also, heart racing, crying, overstimulation, oversensitized, everything too loud. Even my clothes on me felt too heavy. Okay, if it got bad, one of the things I do like to do is change into something lighter, because these are my clothes, not my pajamas, you know what I'm saying? But if it got too bad, I would have changed, but it didn't. So I'm still in my clothes. Like I said, I turned off lights, TV, anything that could be bothering me. Closed my curtains because I have blackout curtains. Close those. Only lights I have are this one, and then my other LED lights around. So that's how it felt. Number three, how did I stop it? I didn't stop by itself, okay? I just let it happen. I just let it out, okay? If I wanted to cry, I just cried. If I wanted to scream, I just screamed. If I wanted to flap my hands, I just flapped my hands. There was also some pacing that I did too. So I guess that answers the question to what it looks like. You could see me pacing as well. So I didn't stop it. It's kind of like, I kind of think about it like a hangover, low key. You just kind of wait until it's done. There's some stuff you can do to cope with it, make yourself feel a little bit better, like I did close the curtains, etc. But after I closed the curtains, I wasn't completely fine. I was still having that meltdown. It was just a little bit less. You know what I'm saying? It was a little bit less. And then I did do panic attack technique I learned in the military. Cold water, splashy splash, cold water worked. Made it a little bit less, okay? And then deep breathing exercise. But like I said, it's kind of, you just have to wait. If you're not holding it back, because that's a big problem with masking. When you about to have a meltdown, your first thought is to just shut it down. You know what I'm saying? But that's not good. That don't stop it. It postpone it. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't stop it. I just let it happen. And then 5 minutes later, here I am talking to y'all. And I actually I really don't even know why it happened. I don't. It could have been a combination of my whole day. It could have been because, I haven't I'm not really feeling good. I have a little bit of a cold, and then also I have fibromyalgia, so sometimes I have pain, and today is one of my pain days. So it could have been that. It could have been anything. Could have been Stacy's meltdown from earlier. I could have just processed it, that I was mad about it, something. I don't know. Could have been anything, because he did put a new hole. He put a new hole in the wall. He said, let's redecorate, knock this wall down. Incredible Hulk. Sometimes that be happening, but everything's fine. You know what I'm saying? Stacy did say sorry, and we're gonna patch the hole later. We got a few holes to patch, actually, but everything's A-okay now. It's just that meltdown. I guess it just had to happen. I just needed to let out that energy, and I feel better now. I mean, my energy level is low, and as you can see, I'm not doing the jokey joke and all that, but I'm fine. I am. It's almost like it didn't happen, low-key. And that happens a lot with my meltdowns. Like, sometimes it just, I'm back to normal, and I don't even remember why I melted down in the first place. And then sometimes I can't even remember, like, what I did during, or why it even happened, or what I was doing before. Yeah, all those things. I hope some of this helps somebody. Like, honestly, coping mechanisms for meltdowns, like when you're an adult, I would say it is kind of like coping mechanisms with panic attacks, because it's similar, but tizzy. You know what I'm saying? So if you are having a meltdown, kind of try to figure out what's overstimulating you. Try to. I'm not saying that might be the cause of your meltdown. It could be something totally unrelated. It could be just a meltdown. Okay, you could just need to let out energy. So, you know, cater it to your autism. So I know that, you know, bright lights and loud noises is something of a trigger for me. So normally I can handle it, but during the meltdown, all that stuff got to go. It all has to go. And matter of fact, don't even talk to me. I had to text Heaven. That's another thing I did to cope. I texted Heaven and I let her know. I talked to her in Gen Z language. I was like, look, don't come in here. I'm crashing out right now. You know what I'm saying? I just had to let her know, because then if not, she would have came in and interacted, and I wasn't ready to interact. It would have made it worse. So that's that. I am an adult with autism, and I don't always use that to my advantage to help y'all. Not always. I be talking to y'all about Stacy and being a mom and that kind of thing. But that happened, and it made me think, like, look, I know people got questions. And I know some of this stuff that I talked about can probably help you with your kid understanding their meltdowns, because having that understanding, it helps you help them. You know what I'm saying? And then hopefully it'll help you realize, like, you might not even need to help them. You might not. They might just need time. Okay? And if you have to help, if you have to, you can help them desensitize. You know what I'm saying? It might not click with them that they need to go ahead and do that for themselves. They might need help with that, especially if they're a child. So you can help them by turning their lights, closing their curtains, whatever. Get them in a safe space. Give them their fidget toys, you know, whatever. I really messed with this for a long time. You know, give them their stuff. You can help them by doing that. But I know a lot of y'all be wanting to just stop the meltdown, and I don't think that's something that's possible, for one. And for two, you're not stopping nothing. You're just postponing it. You're saving it for later. Okay? Now, do you really have time later? Just do it. Just do it. Let it run its course. Just do it. Especially if they're not hurting themselves or nobody else. And as you can see, all I did was cry and pace. Okay? That was the worst that I did. Not harming nobody. And then, you know, Stacy put a hole in the wall. That's something that I have to talk to him about, which I already did. But you know what I'm saying? I will teach him the appropriate way to let out his anger without destroying the properties. But, yeah. As long as none of that's happening, let that meltdown go, honey. Because when they're done, they're going to feel better. When they're done, they're going to feel better. I'm trying to tell you. Look at me. I'm about to go back and do my homework. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to keep doing what I'm doing, my 40-hour training. I'm back on routine, basically. I just took like 5 minutes out of my day, that's all. All right? Hope this helped y'all. And see y'all later. Bye.